I'm Robrad78.
And I'm Fidget 1185.
And welcome to our Couples Therapy.
Welcome back to Couples Therapy, where we talk about this, that, and the other thing.
And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Now, you may be wondering why we have a weird,
new location.
New location, background, and everything. That is because the power went out at the house because there's a kind of a storm going on. Strong winds, not like serious storm.
No like rain or anything, just really windy.
Was a sprinkling a little bit earlier.
Just a little sprinkle.
Just a tad. We're going to kind of speed run through this because my phone don't have a whole lot of battery. So you guys are getting the raw, uncutted version, unedited. Yeah. I mean, I may add the much love and peace part at the end, but other than that,
Yeah.
because the power will eventually come on, and we got like a week to edit this anyways. But let's get to it. So, several topics to talk about. I want to start talking about how people use food as references of money. You ever notice that? Like, gotta get that bread. I bring home the bacon.
Gotta make that cheddar.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that one too. Yeah, it's like, wonder where that all came from. Like, isn't that weird that like food is associated? Does it mean like that's what that person mainly eats? And how come you don't hear like specific, like very specific foods? Like, gotta get that salami on rye.
Because that just doesn't flow.
I know. I just saying, like, it's just kind of funny how those sayings, got started.
I don't know. I'm thinking, maybe like back in the day, like way back in the day, but bringing home the bacon, maybe that was like, that was like a status symbol, like, oh, like you can afford to bring home bacon from the grocery store sort of thing. Maybe that's how that one got started. Like,
maybe.
But all the other ones, I don't know.
I mean, bread's kind of easy because, like, you gotta put bread on the table, feed the family. So out of those three, which one do you think you would be most likely to have your efforts for money? Would you rather cheese, bacon, or bread?
Bacon.
You're a bacon? I'm a cheese.
All we're missing is eggs, and then we got ourselves a morning breakfast.
All we're missing is the bread, so we can make a toast, and then we got all three. But we ain't making that much money.
No, we ain't making egg kind of money.
No. So, thought that was an interesting topic. We got some interesting money situations here, too. I want to talk about the fact that I went out of my way to have a $1,000 package brought to the house.
Shipped to the house.
And put in the right address because, iPhones automatically put your right address in anyways. And I'm very thorough with that stuff. I make sure because I don't want it to go to the wrong place, especially when it's a $1,000 package. I mean, I think I can talk about the context of what was in that package because by the time you guys see this, I will have received the package. I got us two new Xbox, new to us, Xbox Series X to put in the garage for streaming purposes and entertainment purposes. And
so that way we don't have to keep moving it back and forth from like the garage to the bedroom.
Because that's how the other one broke.
Ultimately, so sad.
Which we'll get it fixed.
I mean, thankfully it's not too much to get it fixed. But
anyway, we'll get it fixed eventually. I just wanted to solve the problem before we fix that problem and just end up having the same problem. So we're going to have Xboxes in all of the rooms that we play games so that way we don't have to break our Xboxes. And if we travel, we'll just not take the Xbox with us. That's our time to just... because hotels don't have Wi-Fi anyway. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. But, it's just one of those things where it's like, we don't need it on vacation.
No.
But, yeah, so this $1,000 package, because I bought two. First off, I didn't think anything was wrong with it because I had the right date or the right address and everything. It said it'll be here on Monday of March 31st. said, wow, that's pretty quick, considering I ordered it on Friday. Friday or Thursday? No, Friday, I think. Anyways, yeah, it was Friday. Sure. Anyways, so on Monday, I'm all excited, early morning, wake up at 2:30, get to work about 4:30 probably. And I look at the package, or look at the delivery update stuff. Tracking info, that number, that thing. And from the company that I bought it from, and I'm not going to say the company because we're not trying to slander anyone here. Never know if we might get a deal someday in the future and whatnot, But they said that it was coming from the same address, but from a different location in Canada. Which at first I thought it was California because...
it was CA, wasn't
CA.
it?
But then I realized that the CA standard for Calgary, and because I was looking at the zip code and I was like, oh, there's no numbers. It was just JOX. And I was like, I looked it up to see what it was, and it was Canada. I'm like, oh, I guess that's how they do their zip code stuff. Anyways, so it was saying that it was going there instead of here. So then I'm over here freaking out because I'm like, oh, well, I don't want this going to somebody else's house because odds are they might accidentally open it and then they'll be like, why would I bring this back to someone?
Right.
Especially something that awesome. So I was trying to get a hold of the post office and whatnot. And basically they said because the package hadn't been sent out and they haven't received the package yet, they couldn't do any editing, which I thought was weird because they'd already created a label. So it's like, how can you create a label for something knowing information about it, but then someone tells you that information is wrong, you can't do nothing about it yet. It's like, oh, well, let me edit that information before it even gets to us. So that way when we do get it, it can go the fastest route possible. Anyways, woke up this morning. As of this day, it's April Fool's. April 1st. I got online about 2:30 in the morning, was checking the package, noticed it made it to a state near us, and I was like, oh, good, so it's near.
Heading the right direction.
Well, that's where it came from.
Oh.
It came from the state next to us, basically. And it ended up being in Chicago, which is literally the state next to us. And I was like, okay. I looked at all the information and it said that other than that one email, it all said it was coming to our house, to our address. I was like, okay, so it probably is going to the right address, but I need to, because it's at Chicago. This is the turn point. It's at the big city, so it's either going north, going up to Canada, or it's going our way. And so I was like, I'm not going to do anything until I know the next destination. Because if it said somewhere in Canada, I'd be like, okay, now I need to really work on trying to get that package before it gets to somewhere. But we got lucky and it said Des Moines today. So tomorrow I should have it on April 2nd. And by the time you guys see this, it'll be a week from now. And you guys can message us, comment down below how you guys enjoying your new Xboxes.
So that story reminds me of a little shipping faux pas that I had. Luckily, it wasn't $1,000 purchase.
Yeah.
I forget what it was. I think it was like a phone case or something, and didn't realize that where it was going was my parents' house until after I had hit confirm order.
I remember that.
And I'm like, so I was like, well, there's really not a whole lot I can do now. I just confirmed the order. So I either called or texted my mom saying, hey, if you get this package, can you send it to me, please? And yeah, not nearly as exciting as yours, but
yeah, because
still, it was like
you didn't try to fix it or anything. You just let it get there, and then at least you knew where it was going, though.
Right. Like if
I would have been like, even if I knew who it was going to, say it went to one of my friend's house or something, I'd be like, get this off there.
Right. Well,
I'd be going drastic on it.
But it was going to my parents' house.
Right.
So
But anyways, and then it reminds me, of course, of the time that you mailed all that sentimental stuff here, and it took like 5 months to get here, or 3
Oh,
to
it was
5.
like the blankets and stuff that I made for your. Or I'm.
No, it was the plushies. Remember, like your Charmander and all them. You don't remember?
Well, but I also remember sending.
Those came fine.
But I remember sending you something, and it taking like forever to get here.
That's what I was saying. It was the plushies. It was the Charmander that you had. It was, you had a Leatherface that you put in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember.
And I remember, like, it was around Christmas time, and it was supposed to get here like on the 27th or something, like just after Christmas.
Right, and it didn't get there till like what, March?
Is that guy coming here?
Delivery?
Xbox is here already?
What?
This is creepy for us to be out here like this. Let's to be continued. We're back. Sorry, it wasn't our package. Mom and Brad got something, but we I don't even know where we left off. But yeah, the delivery guy was funny. The power's back on, by the way, but we're still gonna do it out here for now, unless the phone decides to die because it is low. What were we even talking about before you shut up? Oh, packages, about how your package didn't show up. Her package, she was sending me something around December 27th.
Or it was supposedly
supposed to be here around December 27th.
And it didn't show up till like...
It didn't show up because, and around that time, you know, Christmas, we found out that there's this guy in Alabama that, like, went haywire.
Like hijacked a...
No, he was a delivery guy that went haywire.
Oh, yeah.
And he decided to dump all of his packages, like 3,000 packages or whatever. Or 10,000, I can't remember.
It was a lot.
It was a lot of, I remember, packages, and ours must have been one of them. Just dumped them in a ditch and was just driving away. And he'd been doing that for like a week or something. But yeah.
Eventually it did show up, but it's like...
It did show up. The box was quite beat up, but all the stuff in it was just fine. Luckily, there was nothing like breakable, fragile.
Fragile.
But yeah, that story was interesting. It was like 3 to 6 months later. I can't remember.
I don't think it was like 6 months, but it took a lot longer than it really should have.
It took so long that we forgot that it even existed again. Because we kind of already lost hope and assumed that it was lost forever.
Right, but and I think we even paid for like the
speed
fast shipping too, and it's like that's why it was supposed to get there a couple days after Christmas.
Expedient delivery or whatever.
Expedited shipping or whatever.
Yeah, and what's funny is it was slower than snail mail.
Right.
I bet if you would have sent it regular style, it would have been fine.
Right. Well, lesson learned.
Because the thing about Iowa, though, is like you don't have to do express mail because like once stuff leaves like Colorado or California and stuff like that, it gets here really quick. Like not that bad. If you haven't noticed since you live here now, like stuff gets delivered here pretty quick. Anyways, well, we got this package that I was talking about, but then I also wanted to mention something else before we got a little thing that we'll do at the end of our thing, but I have these cursed pennies at work. So basically what's happening at work is I was working with this lady and she found a penny and she put it on my table. Well, when she put it on my table, I started getting like the biggest of orders, another FedEx. I was like, please be us. Mine won't be coming from FedEx anyways. It'll be coming from the post office. And it'll be here tomorrow. Anyways, quit being distracted by vehicles going by. So she put this penny on my table, and I kept getting all these big orders. And I was like, well, I don't like this penny. You can have it back. And I put it on her table, and then she started getting all the big orders. So we're like, oh, that penny's cursed. So she threw it. And as immediately as she threw it, neither one of us had orders for a long time. Well, then all of a sudden we started getting these really big orders again. We're like, what the heck? Well, and I watched her. She threw it. It went and arced away. Well, when we went to go, like, do a little cleanup while we had some free time after all the big orders, we noticed the penny was back in our area. I was like, somebody must have had some bad luck with it over there and threw it this way again. It was the same penny. And so she took it and she made sure it was a distance away. Well, then this Monday, because that was last week, and then this Monday, she comes over to my area just before break. And she places a penny on my desk and she goes, here you go, you can have the curse back. And I'm thinking, oh, haha, thinking, oh, it was only the one penny, right? So I was like, of course it's not this penny too. Well, as soon as I go to break, first off, the first thing I get is I had a random text around 6 a.m. from a lady that said, hey Jay, just got done with my workout, gonna shower, then we can hang out. And the first thing I think is, well, I'm not Jay, I'm B. But I go, I think you got the wrong number. She said, oh, thanks. So some guy out there is giving fake numbers to girls, giving them false hopes or something. Kind of felt bad for her. But oh well, set that straight. Maybe she put in the wrong number.
Right.
But then I was like, I didn't think of that until after what happened to me next, which is as soon as I went right back to work, I went to go print off some labels, and not only did my stickers run out, but my ribbon ran out. So I was like, oh crap, I gotta do all the changing at the same time? That never happens. And I was like, it's the cursed penny. And then somebody pointed out, well, that text was probably part of the curse too. It's like, oh crap. So I just kept that one in my drawer. And then this morning when I went to work, because I told the guys I work with about the cursed penny. I'm working, and then all of a sudden in the middle of the day, there's a penny on my table right in the middle of my orders, and it's a penny, but somebody took Sharpie and made the head side all black and put it right there, make it look all creepy. So now I got 2 pennies in my desk, and I'm like, dang, people are really going with this. But I kind of hope they keep going with it, because if I get 100 of them, I can have $1. But anyways, so that's the cursed penny story that's been going on lately.
That's kind of funny.
You ever had anything that was kind of like, oh, this is a bad juju?
Probably, but I can't. Nothing really jumps to my mind at the moment. But.
So I got a couple of my stories out of the way now. But yeah, been crazy times for me.
Oh, and it's funny that you mentioned that random text from that person, because I got a random text. I have no idea what it's about, but it's like, oh, you need to pay, hurry up and pay.
Scam.
And it doesn't even say an amount, and then it's blah blah blah, click this link. There's no link. And then
so the worst scammer ever.
So, and how I figure it was a scam, because you know how area codes generally are 3 numbers?
Yeah.
This one, it was 63 blah 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 blah.
Not even our area code.
No, not even a real area code.
Right.
To my
Not
knowledge.
even close.
But yeah, it's just kind of funny.
Yeah, that is funny.
But yeah. And with that, I'm just
that was a lazy scammer. He didn't even put in the work.
Right, because normally when they try and scam you, it's you have to pay, it didn't even say an amount.
I mean, they clearly aren't very good at the job, but, at least some of them, okay, this is a little better.
Maybe it was their first day on the job. I don't know.
I don't know if they're scams or what, but I get a lot of the political stuff anymore. I've been getting texts a lot lately being you gonna vote? Or not vote, but yeah, I think it's about voting or something. You gonna be part of the Democratic Party or this and that? It's first off, that's none of your damn business. And we don't talk about that on here, but...
Right, I mean, when it's that time...
But it's literally nowadays.
Okay.
Yeah, been getting it a couple times.
But I'm just saying, I normally get that stuff when it's around voting time, and then I just ignore them.
I remember when I was in high school, I'd always get these calls that, oh, we found a bill off your laptop and this and that. I didn't have a laptop.
You're like, thanks, try again.
Or you want a cruise. They used to like try to really get you.
Right.
It's like, I didn't enter no cruise one in. I ain't that lucky. But, yeah, it's raining now. I feel like there was some other subjects I wanted to talk about, but I can't think of them right now.
I don't know. While you're thinking, you want to, or were we just going to save this?
Well, I thought we were going to do it towards the end, but yeah, we can do it now.
So, at my work, since Easter is fastly approaching, I've got some candy because some of it, actually, I really can't wait to get into it. It's chocolate. So I got 2 packs of these. I guess they're just basically sour pop rocks. I just thought I got them because why not? So take a pick.
Are they all random or they're just bunny berry? Oh, I didn't mean to grab 2.
Well, it's supposed 4 packs, and then it has like raspberry, blueberry, and strawberry.
It looks like they're all in the same one though, mixed together.
Maybe that's what makes it.
Because it says bunny berry.
Maybe that's what makes it egg stream.
No, I bet the sour is what makes it extreme. This is ages 3 and up. Who's giving a 3-year-old this? You nuts?
Some bad parents.
Ooh, you can see the dust. Feel the power of the sour. And you too can get to feel the power of the sour. Sour. Because we have that new t-shirt in the merch store. So feel free to check out Robrad78's store.
Oh, mine's all strawberry looking.
Whoa! Those are sour. Woo-wee!
Some ASMR.
That is sour.
Oh, it popped in the back of my throat.
Woo.
Did you have strawberry?
Had a little bit of everything.
Oh, mine was just straight up red.
Oh yeah, that's probably all mixed together red. Blue raspberry is just raspberry.
They lied to us.
Yeah, I taste a little bit of everything. I taste raspberry, and I taste blue raspberry, and I taste strawberry. All gone.
Ooh.
Good stuff. I remember another subject I was going to talk about, by the way.
Okay.
So when I was driving to work Friday, I had a stick that got stuck into my truck. And I was thinking, oh crap, I broke the axle or something because it was dragging and I thought something bad was happening to my truck. So I pull over and I noticed there was a stick lodged into my truck. I was like, oh my God.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't anything.
Yeah. That was 2 weeks ago though, so I don't know if I talked about it last week or not.
No.
So, no, I have.
Right?
But yeah, that was crazy. I thought for sure I broke something. I was like, oh crap, I can't afford to fix that right now. And now I'm gonna have to drive the other truck.
That one next to us?
Yep. I've had to drive it before. 20% low battery.
Oh, well,
so, yeah, we got some time. I feel like there was other stuff I wanted to... Oh! We had a segment that we were going to start, too. Called... what was it called? Does this... Yeah, you could...
Does this hold up?
Does this movie still hold up? So we're going to basically find out, in our opinion, if a movie... It doesn't necessarily have to be old, but it doesn't have to be brand new. So, like, it could be a couple years old, or it could be several years old. But it can't be, like, new, because obviously it's like, well, it's still in the process of being rated anyways. Maybe it never holded it up in the first place. So, the movie we were going to do this time was a movie we watched recently, which was Emperor's New Groove, the Disney movie. Personally, I think it still holds up because it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was funny, and like we still watch the Disney shows. We don't, or the Disney movies. We don't care.
And I mean, I feel like with any other Disney movie, of course, it has innuendos and adult humor that obviously little kids aren't gonna get.
Yeah, that's for the moms and dads that have to put up with watching it.
Or the people like us who just enjoy watching them.
Yeah. I feel like if we didn't grow up watching those, we probably wouldn't watch them nowadays, though. Because, it's one of those things where it's like you watched it as a kid and you knew it was awesome. But if you're an adult, you're like, and you never watched it before, you're probably not going to be like, okay, well, I'm going to go try that now. Because you're probably going to try to watch more stuff catered to adults.
Oh, another one I feel like we recently just watched this, like the other night, is Jungle Book.
Yeah, but we didn't really watch it yet.
I
Because
did.
we weren't watching. Yeah, you could, because you could see it, and the rest of us couldn't. So, for me, I'm not putting anything in that one yet. Obviously, that one's great, but I haven't watched it in a long time, and all I could do was hear it. I couldn't watch it, and I could barely hear it. So,
That's,
save that for next time.
last topic I think we have before we wrap up today. It's more of a sad
Oh, yeah. I forgot about this.
topic. Well,
You can tell us.
we found out, a few days ago,
Yeah, last weekend.
last weekend, what happened to our cat, Buttercup.
Yeah.
Without going into too much detail, our next door neighbors said that they found the cat in their pool. And
It had not survived
And
over
she-
the night.
and she didn't survive. And it's really heartbreaking. Honestly, the day after, Mama Brad's telling me that, I'm not kidding, I cried on my way to work. Because
Yeah.
I didn't think, I would get attached to that cat as fast as I did.
I'm surprised you did get attached to it, because it didn't seem to like you.
She didn't,
She didn't seem to like you.
well, not at first, but I think,
And we're not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's the one that peed on your shoes. But that's why we made it an outside cat, too.
well, and,
She wasn't behaving, though.
right, but if she was fixed, I'm sure it wouldn't,
Yeah.
things would have calmed down.
The thing is, we have a full house as it is.
Yeah,
So for me, I wasn't not that I wanted her to go jump in a pool and be gone, but I wasn't, unapproved of being an outside cat, she was a feral cat. She needed to be outside. But it is sad, and we never wished that on her. What I'm assuming happened is it was nighttime. She was probably getting chased by another animal, and she jumped into that, or she didn't know what it was probably, but she jumped on it, and it was the pool, and the cat never swam before, so it probably didn't know it was shocked or didn't know what was going on.
And and it's just one of those things where we'll never know the details, but at least now, I don't have that small little glimmer of hope that, someone took her in, someone's taking care of her, she's okay.
I wish we had that.
Yeah,
That's better than knowing this.
than this outcome. But,
And
I know
it's weird because it's over a year from,
it was a year and a half.
from when she disappeared.
And why the neighbors waited that long, I don't know. Again, it's
And then the random way that they approached my mom just to tell her that too, while she was at work.
Yeah.
Like,
It was just a lot of things aren't adding up.
that's the time to tell someone something like that. Time and place. Deborah. Like, we don't know her name, but it's funny to put names to something.
Time and place, Steve. But, yeah. It sucks, but at least now my mind is kind of at ease, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But,
We got one more thing to do before we call it. That is to try these Better Goods Belgian chocolate truffles. They got some special shapes. I think we just take one of each. What do you think?
Sure.
That's a lot of chocolate.
I'm excited for that little duck.
There's ducks. I like the ladybug.
And then there's little bumblebees.
Bees, but they're in like a tile style. And then there's a little, like, almost looks like an Oreo style.
Yeah, again, got from my work because it looked good. And
it looks like there's crumbs of pretzel or something on it.
Right.
So, which one do we want to try first? I feel like the very cool looking ones we should save for last.
The duck is a milk chocolate truffle shaped with semi-sweet chocolate mousse. The one that looked like Oreos is semi-sweet chocolate truffle with orange flavored ganache.
Ganache.
The one with the little bees is white chocolate truffle.
How did they do that?
With dulce de leche.
Dulce de leche.
3 milks.
How the heck did they do that, though?
Right, that's cool. And then milk chocolate truffle ladybug shaped with salted caramel. Fidget's favorite.
I put the little thing on there.
Let's start with this one, I guess.
Orange goulash.
Ganache.
Goulash.
No, that's spaghetti.
Gulag.
Stick you in the gulag.
That's Modern Warfare.
I thought that was Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Just kidding. Smells good.
She acts like she doesn't play that every day.
Ew. Boy, bye.
That's her main game.
Boy, bye. Don't lie to our audience. Oh.
Doesn't have that normal orange color in the middle. Has a little bit. But...
I like that.
I noticed there's 3 of everything. What are we going to do with the third ones?
When we're done, maybe ask Mama Brad if she wants to try them.
Maybe. Unless I want them all.
Look, 3 ducks in a row.
They're all kind of... We hadn't noticed. There's a pattern.
Let's do... I'll take the smashed ladybug.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
I didn't know he got injured at work.
Our little salted caramel.
So we'll just leave these for them. That's what it's supposed to look like.
Dang.
I was going to save it for last.
Uh-oh.
Off with its head. No head for it. Yep, tastes just like a ladybug.
Is that the salted caramel? I'm not tasting the saltedness.
I do. I have an intense palate that separates all flavors. It's raw. Idiot sandwich.
Okay, you can pick since I've been...
And then we'll rank them favorite to least favorite. Now we're going to go with this one first.
Our little...
Dolce whatever.
Dulce de leche.
That word. Dink.
Or maybe that... Dulce, I think that's like 2. And leche is milk. So 2 kinds of milk. I was thinking tres leche.
That one's probably my favorite so far.
How do you rank them? They're all pretty good.
I rank them by which one's my favorite so far. And that was it. Bada boom. I like orange, but it's always a little too sweet. So far it goes this, ladybug, then the orange one.
No, but for me, I would say orange.
For your very first?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Orange.
You glad I didn't say banana?
The dulce.
Wow.
And then ladybug.
She hating on a ladybug.
Okay. And last but certainly not least.
We got the quackities. Sir ducks a lot.
Oh, look at them little duck.
Duckity Sir quacks a lot.
Think.
Bink. Quack.
Off with his head.
I'm still chewing on the other one, so.
Off with his head.
Kind of ironic that we talked about what happened to Buttercup, and then we're over here decapitating ladybugs and ducky ducks. Here we go. Off with his head. Ooh, it comes off a lot easier than the other one. It's like a milk chocolatey one, right?
It's the
Because that's some soft chocolate.
milk chocolate truffle duck
Boom!
shaped with semi-sweet chocolate mousse.
Do I know my chocolates or what?
So for me, it goes orange,
Ooh, this is my least favorite.
orange, bees, duck, ladybug.
This just doesn't have enough flavor to it. Just like a Hershey's, basically.
But Hershey doesn't have the mousse. But I
guess the head didn't have the mousse in it. Get more in it now. I can taste a little mousse. But I'm gonna go bee, ladybug, orange, and then duck. Duck's my least favorite. It's a little dry.
I mean, they were all really good.
Yeah.
They're all good in their
It's
own
a lot of
way.
sweets to consume at once.
Right.
Could have done one per episode. That would have been fine.
Yeah, but if you left them out, then they get stale in between.
Yep.
I think.
Well, thank you, Fidget, for bringing some awesome new stuff to the series of the show.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I think there's only one way to end it. Should we do it?
Yep.
All right. Still got chocolate in my mouth. Still got chocolate in my mouth. Much love. Trying to find my heart. There it is. Much love. And we're in a car now. Beep, beep. And peace.